Hey folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Wednesday, November 4th, 2015. All right, guys, into the action we go today. I want to highlight two stocks which are a great example of how bad news at some point becomes good news. And again, this is the key pivot point, in my opinion, where 3D, DDD, and lumber liquidators will now turn to the upside. And while they'll have pullbacks along the way, I anticipate north of 100% upside potential. And today, again, should be that starting curve. All right, and again, if you look back, every bounce on lumber liquidators, every bounce on 3D, especially if I zoom out on this chart, has been really just another move before lower lows. I mean, look at this chart. Incredible, right? I mean, this was a $100 stock going back to 2014. It today, pre-market, was below $10, and today at the open, the low was $10.03. It is now trading at $11.51 off of a $12.50 high or so. But again, this is the key, folks. If you look at the earnings report, it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. If you look at the headlines that analysts were writing, it was, sales worse than expected, earnings worse than expected, they missed on this, they missed on that. All negative. But why is the stock going up? Answer is very simple, and this goes for both lumber liquidators and 3D, is that people see the light at the end of the tunnel. Even though it's bad right now, this negative news was already factored in the price, and when the shorts saw that the stock wasn't going below $10, they started to cover. All right, that's going to be a theme you're going to see more and more. Basically, what I'm saying to you right now, just like every stock out there, if you look at Apple back in the day, it was a crappy stock, had a turnaround point. If you look at any of these other stocks, Microsoft, Google, all of these stocks went through periods where they were atrocious. Their performance was absolutely horrible. And at some point, even on bad news, they had that turnaround day. And my point is this. On days like today, you look back and say that was the turning point. And again, how do you know it's the turning point? You know because when they come out with negative news, like lumber liquidators did today on earnings and 3D, the stock ended up going up instead of down. That's the key signal. Okay? So again, if we flip over to lumber liquidators here, let me go right to lumber liquidators here on the chart, LL. Okay, there you have it. Up about 9% on the day, $1.25 or so. This is, again, the turning point. And actually, with lumber liquidators, what's nice about it is it actually is making higher highs. Higher lows. Maybe higher highs. We don't know yet with this move if it'll go higher. But the point is, again, if you zoom out on the chart, these charts are almost identical between lumber liquidators and 3D. Stocks have been pounded down from $100 or more to literally $10. Now they're starting to make their turn. One of the great examples of a turnaround like this can be found on First Solar, guys. All right, so if you look at First Solar, and I zoom out to a couple years ago, let's go to the weekly chart. All right, look at this. Very reminiscent of the same type of chart as as lumber liquidators in 3D. The stock was a $300 stock, went down to, look at this, guys, went down to like $12, and then from $12 started to put in higher highs and higher lows and went back to $70, and we're just south of 70 right now. Point is, think about the percentage gain from $12. $12 to $70 is literally a 500% gain. Huge gain, right? So again, now think about that. So you have the same type of chart, and again, you can see right here, there was probably negative earnings, and it turned around and started to go up on negative earnings, and that was the turning point. And again, if you look at the charts on 3D and so forth, you can see the same general thing going on here on 3D. This is your DDD weekly. I mean, look at this drop on the weekly. Incredible. But again, the key is today, that volume surge, turnaround off the lows, and to me, that's the signal. That's the signal you're going to look back and say, wow, wish I bought at $11, $10 and rode this thing to north of $20. Now, do I think it's going to go back to 100? Well, not in the near term anyways, but I actually do think that this is probably the big level you're going to watch on this is going to be the 32 to 33 level. All right, that's going to be, I think within a year you're back to $30 plus, which is a 200% move. Incredible, right? All right, guys. Bottom line is, look for these type of signals. When you get negative news and the stock goes up, when it's at 52-week multi-year lows, that's the turning point. That's the turning point. Mark my words here on 3D and lumber liquidators. Take care, guys.